The Witch of St. Mary's Churchyard, as remembered by a local eyewitness late summer 1970. It was in the late summer of 1970 when I had a chilling encounter with what I can only describe as a ghost. I was 21 at the time and had just finished visiting my mate Tony, who lived on Merton Road, just outside the old village. On my way home, I decided to take the shortcut through St. Mary's Churchyard, which led straight to Forest Road, where I lived at the YMCA. It was a warm evening. As I reached the churchyard, I noticed all the lights were out. I didn't believe in ghosts back then, so I walked through the cemetery without a second thought. As I neared the church tower, I glanced up and saw the time on the clock, 1 a.m. Then it happened. A tall figure, dressed completely in white and wearing sandals that flopped awkwardly as it ran, darted out in front of me. It reached the railings on the far side of the yard, grabbed them with both hands and hung its head. I froze. I noticed the figure's hair, black, thick, and cut roughly just below the ears. That detail would prove important later. Suddenly it shook the railings and let out a wild, blood-curdling scream. It was a scream of pure terror, not a joke or prank. I stood still, stunned, and then blurted out, F*** off. The figure spun around and ran, still screaming, straight to the church tower. It stopped at the tomb that once stood beside it, leaned on it with its left arm, and continued wailing, still thinking it was someone messing about. I shouted, "Are you trying to scare me? I'll give you a right thumping." That just made the ghost scream louder. I decided to walk on, glancing back now and then, still cussing under my breath, but truth be told, I was shaken. A week later, I visited Tony again and told him what I saw. Tony, who had once worked as a grave digger, didn't laugh. He went pale and said, "Don't talk about that. That's the ghost of the witch. A copper saw her once and had a nervous breakdown." A witch? That would explain the hair. You see, in the past, before hanging witches, their hair was often cut short to make the execution quicker.